What's up, everybody? It's Cashflow Nexus, your favorite chart analyst, giving you the latest and greatest updates on Forex and crypto. And today we're going to be looking into the foreign exchange market to see what's going on. And if you are new to this channel and you like what you see, feel free to comment and subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And give this video a thumbs up too. All right, so if you are familiar with my channel, how I run things, I always like to start off with my today's list. Today's list, I want to go with scripture first. I always want to give God acknowledgement on this channel. He comes first in everything that I do. So I'm going to start off with scripture. Then I'm going to give a shout out to one of my subscribers. And then we're going to have Forex market analysis. All right. That being said, today's scripture is Proverbs 1:10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. So you guys, this is something that came into my mind. And I believe this, the Lord was trying to talk to me about this because we surround ourselves with people that are no good for us. And sometimes we are no good for ourselves, whether it's our poisonous mind and our mindset that we have, or whether it's things in our hearts and being surrounded with people that are trying to get us to do things, trying to fit into a crowd that we don't belong with. And we know better, but we still decide to do wrong. And that's the thing that the Lord looks at, and when He's saying, don't consent, say that you're being peer pressured into fornicating, or you're being peer pressured into getting drunk or getting a high. These are people that you don't want to surround yourself with, maybe even gossiping. So you don't want to be around that type of stuff and that type of atmosphere and be connected to stuff like that, because you could be, slowly start to be gripped by that sin that's trying to lead you down the wrong path. And it might even be your mindset or the thoughts, because even a thought is even evil if you're thinking a sinful thought. But that's food for thought for now. If you guys want to talk about that, let me know your thoughts in the description. And we're going to go to the shout outs. So I want to give a shout out to GeoXRP, Shu, and Sosa Potence 300. If you guys like to watch movies, definitely subscribe to Sosa Potence 300's YouTube channel. He gives a lot of movie reviews, and he's very good at what he does. And he's also a long friend of mine, and I actually enjoy watching his content. He also does political stuff, and also he does anime too, does anime reviews too. So if you are interested in checking out his channel and like movie reviews, definitely subscribe to his channel and check him out. All right, so now we're gonna jump into our Forex market analysis. So stay tuned for that.
Forex market Ichimoku analysis.
So this is our lineup for the day. It's going to be the US dollar and the euro, US dollar, the yen, US dollar CAD, Aussie's Kiwi, and Aussie US dollar, the pound yen, the pound dollar, and my favorite, in the dollar peso. So starting off with the dollar, euro US dollar, this is what I see here so far in the market. Market is stuck at this level here. I'm looking at the market to move up higher to get some form of N wave pattern that I see. Actually, to make it simpler, I'm going to use Fibonacci extensions, starting from this low point to the high, back down, right in here. I'm expecting price to get in this range and possibly break out this this box, depending on how this daily candle closes. What I like to see as well, because we're still above the cloud, but we also are getting a bearish TK cross as well. What I like to see for this pair right now is for this to close strong right here, strongly closing like this into resistance. If we could break this fractal level, we will definitely continue this this Fibonacci extension to at least this 1-to-1 ratio in this zone up here. And that's what I like to see. But I will probably play this off on the 4-hour time frame. ahead. This is the area that I'm concerned with. Let me go ahead and delete that. This is the area that I'm concerned with. If we can't break past this fluctuation level, then you'll see some ranging in here and possibly ranging from this level and this level between up here in the cloud level. So that's what I'm seeing so far with the euro dollar. Nothing too fancy. I expect price to move up into this region once we break this fractal level. And this will probably be a great entry for when this candle closes, you know, above this fractal level here. So that's what I see. A idea to the downside that could potentially happen if we can't break this level. If this candle closes as a hanging man candlestick, I expect prices to move further down, at least come back down to the flat part of this cloud and possibly butt back to this fractal level, this bearish fractal here. So this is the range that I would have it in a bearish scenario. So that would be my target. And this is the first target I have right now because it looks like this candle is going to close higher, but the candle hasn't closed yet. So I would wait for this daily candle to close and play it off the 4-hour time frame. Next, I'm looking at the dollar, Japanese yen. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like we're still pretty bullish. We did have a ascending wedge, and price did break that ascending wedge, but it didn't fall down too much. Looks like we are starting to, you know, the dollar is starting to weaken and the yen is starting to gain a little bit of strength. The only reason why I wouldn't take this trade just yet because we don't have a bearish dark future cloud right here, so I don't see any movement to the downside as far as the daily time frame. Looking at it on the 4-hour time frame, it looks like we are trying to move back to the upside. You see that price currently right now is moving down, so we might hold here and come back down to this level, then make our way back up because price always wants to make its way back up to the flat level of the cloud. As you see here, flat level made its way back up. So right now I'm looking at the US dollar, Japanese yen moving back to the upside for now, for the short term. Long term, bearish. Long term bullish. All right, let's see. US dollar, CAD. Let's take a look at it. You could easily play this off the 4-hour time frame. As you can see here, the US dollar CAD is broke this level and it's making its way down to this. This is 1.315 zone. Holding here would take us back. You know, we'll probably make a small retracement. But looking at it, I think price is more likely going to come back down to this level and possibly break down. And that being said, if it does come down even lower, let's take a look. This will be another target you would want to look at once it broke this fractal level here. And let's see how it holds at this level. Checking it out on the daily time frame. I still hold true to what I said about that. Another thing that we might want to pay attention to, because we might get a Kumo bounce off this level. You know, this was off the 4-hour time frame. If we do not break this fractal level, we could get a bounce at this region right here and then move back up to the upside. That's one thing that's possible. Looking at Australian, New Zealand dollar. This was a good entry for a sell if we played it off the weekly time frame. Kijinsen was flat right in here, as you can see. Let me go ahead and move that. Kijinsen was flat in here, and that's why price, we had a Kijinsen break. We also had a double top too, and it's also about to finish this double top pattern, this impact-like pattern. So this will probably be our area of support right now in the short term. So this a good place to trade this would be probably a lower time frame. I would say probably the an hour to the 4-hour time frame will be a good area to play with this pair. As you see, it's actually a good time to possibly trade this. So now that I'm looking at it on the hour time frame, we have our bright future cloud, which is bullish. We had a TK cross in here, which is bullish.
Price is above the cloud, which is also bullish, and Chiku span is above. So we might range in here. So how to play this off effectively? Box this in, wait for this breakout to either the upside or downside, and then take that trade. If we are to break to the upside, I would do a 1-to-1 ratio with Fibonacci extensions. So coming here, back up here, and then possibly come back up to this level, which will take us to, let's see, it will take us to 1.04927 at this level up here. Before we even get past this level, here's some flat areas that I would pay attention to. Let's see, let's go ahead and mark it. Let's see right here in this zone. So actually, let me zone this off. Let me not box it. Let me put a line there. Let me box this for you guys. So right in here, it's a small little zone. If we want to make it a little bit bigger, right there. So this is the zone that I would be paying attention to as far as market reversing or having some areas of, hard time to break this resistance up here, because this will be our next level of resistance, which is between 1.04700 and 1.04750, pretty much, rounding up. So that's what I'm looking at, and this is where I would take profit if we could get past these levels, but this will be the first target, and this will be the second target. Next pair that we are going to look at, Australian dollar. Let's take a look. And it already looks like it's doing what I anticipated it to do. Right now we have it made a Kumo bounce at this level with a engulfing candle. So if we could get a strong close like this, I expect price to break this fluctuation level, this ABC level right here, and then end up here. And we already are at our first area of taking profit. So this actually happened faster than I expected, with about, let's see, 69 pips. So that's actually a good, that's a good trade that happened. Not too much to say about this, but let's see what's going on the lower time frame to get an idea of what's going on. Looking at it, let's take a look. So yeah, it looks like we're about to hit our first, we're already hitting our first target. And once we get up here, I'm expecting price to be at the level of 0.691118 by the end of this rally. So that's what I'm looking at. Next, I'm going to look at the British pound, Japanese yen. It looks like price is stalling up here. We have hit a resistance at this level. If we zoom out, let's go to the daily time frame. If we zoom out, price has been on a downtrend. We are at a resistance levels, and price is slowly starting to waver. If we look at it on the weekly time frame, we do have a double bottom that's forming. If this is going to be a long-term trade, but for the meantime, I expect price to reject this level, possibly come back down, then back to the upside. Long term, I'm very bullish. Short term, I'm bearish. That's my bias towards this market. But looking at it on the daily time frame, once again, if we could get a close like this, this will show that we are going to close at a, what would you call this candlestick? It is a hanging man candlestick. If we could close as a hanging man, or hanging man, we will see lower prices. Let's go back. Let's look at it from here. All right, perfect. So if we could close out just like this, I expect prices to come down even lower, and then possibly back to the upside. You already see that we have a doji right here, so price may want to come down lower, and I would put a entry. Let's see, entry line. Let's go ahead right here. for a selling entry. Stop loss will probably be up in around this area, or probably at this high of this previous candle. So that's what I'm looking at. Looking at the final pair, dollar peso. The best way to say it, we had rejection at this level. We broke the Kumo and came back up, rejected with the engulfing candle. So the price will be coming down to these levels here. To make more certain of this, I would actually move this here. And that's where I would have my zone for this pair. This pair, when I look at it, I'm expecting, actually, we can move it down to, yeah, let's actually keep that. Let's keep it like this. So this is the area or the zone that we could see where it could come into. It doesn't necessarily have to be at this first stop. It could be somewhere in here before it goes back to the upside. We also have bearish momentum. We're underneath the cloud. We have a bearish TK cross forming. So in a engulfing candle, so I expect prices to come down even lower, coming back down to a smaller time frame. I expect price to hit these regions down in here. So that's my technical analysis for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this technical analysis and this video. I hope you guys are blessed from the scripture as well, and that you retain some wisdom and knowledge. I hope that you guys continue to check out this channel, and if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, and I hope you guys have a great one. All right, God bless. Peace.